strong promoters of Parma. People knew we were from Parma, and with being in Schnauzer, I got asked to be in Schnauzer in '92, and Jim asked me to be in the band.
Jim
Kanya, one of my best friends. We lost Jim in 2015 now.
Yeah.
And he's been gone for almost 5 years now. And he was the most metal motherfucker ever. And like you no one can compete with him. And being in a band with him, it was I knew I could never top Jim's metalism. And I was glad that I can be there to help Jim with his all of his influential things he's put into me.
Right.
If it wasn't for Jim, I wouldn't be the person I am today.
Is that right?
100%. It's all Jim. We were 100% brothers for a good 10 years, and when you have brothers, when you're brothers with someone, you can knock heads with each other and hit below the belt sometimes because you're brothers and you can do that. And we had a lot of problems with arguing because that was part of the relationship. That was part of the routine. That was part of the shtick.
Right.
Us arguing was part of the show. And sometimes we would hit below the belt and hurt each other's feelings, and getting a lot of fights with Jim.
Right.
And but I wasn't the only one that fought with Jim. Jim fought with everybody about everything all the time. So it was pretty fun. And not to get off track, but
I think you're right on track, man.
Yeah. But still, Jim asked me to play in Schnauzer with him in '92, and things were different back then. And the thing I wanted to say about Schnauzer, what was a really, really cool thing about Schnauzer that I always loved the most was back then in '92, when the band was still new and stuff and whatnot. The 5 guys in the band, Jim being from the high school Normandy in Parma,
Okay.
and me and Tony being from the high school Parma High,
Okay.
and Merck being from Valley Forge.
Okay.
We kind of brought all the 4 schools together. It was, it was kind of cool. I really like that Parma vibe of the band.
Yeah, sure.
And then what we did with the music was we threw some metal, it mixed in with punky, noisy thrash, and we mixed all the flavors of music together back then without even trying.
Right.
Because our first probably 10 shows, we never even practiced. We just show up to the basement and play basement shows and garage shows. So we were a band playing around Parma in '92, '93, '94, and we didn't start playing clubs until about '95.
Right.
So by then we already had our following. When we started playing the shows, people knew who we were.
Right.
And then what we also did, without even really, I'm sure Jim knew all about it, but we didn't play a lot.
Right.
So if you only play once every 3 months or so, everyone wants to come because they know we're not going to play again for a while.
Right.
So it just built up the momentum for the band to just keep kind of getting crazier and crazier, and that's what we were about. So we were getting pretty crazy there. People getting hurt. Clubs. We had some really fun basement shows, living room shows, garage shows, cops showing up. Like, that's where we, and we didn't rehearse. We didn't practice. Yeah. We just grind it out and just start just doing stuff. And then I believe in '95 was when we went into the studio for the first time and recorded a CD. And then in '96 is when we started playing shows, like at the Fancy and the Grog Shop, and that's where we, and then we wanted to be a Cleveland band.
Right.
We didn't care about going to Pittsburgh and going to
even
Detroit.
Though Kanye was a Pittsburgh.
No, 100%. No, he got to play in Pittsburgh, man. I wasn't in the band at that time, so I'm so glad Schnauzer did get to play in Pittsburgh. They 100% did. I think it was under a bridge, too. He loved it. It was great. And playing shows in the early days, we were an average band, bands, wearing maybe funny shirts or something.
Sure.
Not really 100% serious, like, you know.
Right.
And then the one show we brought like a recliner chair, but it ended up getting destroyed. So the next show we brought like a little sofa, and it got destroyed. And then the next show we brought the love seat and the sofa and the weight bench. And then after that, every show just got more and more and more and more and more and more. And the stuffed animal thing happened because we took a refrigerator box or two full of teddy bears, and people just started wrecking the club with the teddy bears, and then the pool noodles and the pogo sticks and the hula hoops, and you know, we had pie fights at shows. I mean, like you know, and if you only do that once every 3 months or so, you know, people get itchy to want to do it again. And
that's right.
And we had a lot of fun, and I have a whole briefcase full of every Schnauzer show that we ever played.
Is that right?
I have videos of all the shows, and if I don't have the video, I have the audio, because I was kind of like the documentary guy in the band.
Dude,